This portion of the call is going to be specifically about the PDAs. We're going to unpack the PDAs, and then Raquel is going to share what it takes to fill this out successfully and kind of what the guidelines are for it and how to do it. And then she'll also make herself available later, which is new, to go over some of these like one-on-one with you. Or actually, no, it's a group. No one-on-one. So let me cancel that. It'll be in a group later on, I think next week. So Raquel, would you like to take this over?
Sure. Yeah, what I'm going to be doing actually, so it's actually an exercise that I want to have everybody go through to do to prepare you to completing your PDA, to set you up to success, because if we don't, most of us will, complete the PDA in the way that we've been trained to complete PDAs and set goals, right? We've all been conditioned to do things a certain way, which is usually from our thinking. But we're operating from a new place, which is from our stand, from our essence. So we're now listening we're living from the inside out, right? That's all our intention or our commitment. So there's another way of doing this next process that I've actually been, I've been facilitating processes like this for about 20 years. Okay. And I've just synthesized it in a way, to just make it really simple. At least I think. You guys can let me know what you think about that. So what that's going to do is going to require for everybody to have a pen and paper. Does everybody have that? That's not driving? Okay, perfect. And then of course for Dan and Anne, I know you're driving, so just listen to it so at least you could get the gist of it, and then we'll set up some time later, to support you in setting you up to win and having a PDA that is actually worth living for. Yeah?
Okay. Yep.
Right,
Thank
cool.
you.
You're very welcome. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to start with some basic, we're going to go back to kindergarten, and everybody is going to draw a triangle on your paper. That's going to be, the sides don't need to be that long, maybe like 2 inches, a 2-inch triangle on your paper. I'm going to be doing it with you. It's really simple, right? Just a triangle.
A triangle has 3 sides, right?
Yep. Very simple. All right. Everybody has that?
That's engineer humor. That's some engineer humor for you.
Yes. Thank you for keeping it light. All right. And then now what we're going to do is on the left side of your triangle, you're going to write the words career/finance. Okay, and then on the right side of your triangle, you're going to write down the word relationships. All right, and underneath that, at the base of the triangle, it's going to be the word health. Okay, and underneath the word health, we're going to write 4 words. It's going to be mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Okay. Give me a thumbs up to let me know that you're done. All right, cool. All right. And now this is going to be the hardest part, okay? In the center of the triangle, I want you to draw the best stick figure of you.
Mine has a smiley face and some hair.
Mm-hmm. Mine has ponytails. And a dress made out of a triangle.
And mine has these shoes with these insoles for this plantar fasciitis.
Awesome. Everybody, my cat came in. All right. All right. Everybody good? Everybody has it? All right. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to start with this triangle, in essence, to kind of share that in the way that we've all of us have been conditioned is to focus on that side that says career and finance, right? We want to get the degree. We want to get the titles, the positions, the money, the investments, all of that stuff, because once we get all of that, then we'll be happy, right? That's usually what's been said. It doesn't mean that we are. I'm seeing Maria nodding your head. I'm like, yeah, because I did all of that, right? I had the 7-figure business. I had the home, the picket fence, the American dream, but I wasn't happy, right? I wasn't happy. I couldn't put my finger on it. And I just thought if I just kept pushing because I'm just not pushing hard enough, right? And I'm doing something wrong because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, right? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and I'm still not happy. Like what's up with this, right? So that's usually how we're conditioned to do. And a lot of resources, are offered and shared in trainings for us to, like the degrees and certifications. There's a lot of resources for us to focus on the career and finance. And unfortunately, we don't get the same amount of resources and information and support for us to actually develop and build our relationships, which is on the opposite side of that triangle, right? But the career and the finance, everything that we do, we're not working with gadgets. We're actually working with people, right? So we need to be able to develop interpersonal skills, emotional intelligence, right? That we're not usually trained on how to do that. So then what happens? Here's the triangle. We're only focused on this one. We're not focused on the one over here. So then this one collapses. So then now it's off. Now here's the added piece to that is that below that at the base as a foundation is our health. Which one? Our mental health, our physical health, our emotional health, and our spiritual health. Now, we don't get resources for relationships. It's a lot less for health. But that's the foundation. That's what's needed. We need to have the right mindset. We have to have the energy in our physical body, right? And the clean eating or everything to take care of our body. The emotional intelligence, right? And how are we going to respond to people? How are we going to process our feelings? Nobody teaches us that. Spiritual intelligence, that's another one. About what is it that you believe in outside of you? What is that for you? What's that higher power for you? Right? How many people tell us how important that is in order for us to have a sustainable life? Right? And that's the foundation. And that's the reason why I have it set up as a triangle, because the career, finance, and relationship is dependent on our foundation, which is our health. Right? So you see that? And then the key and why are you drawing yourself in the center is because guess what? You are the center of your world. And here you are. Can you imagine, like your foundation, most of us, right? And in the way that we've been conditioned, we don't have a solid foundation with our relationships and with our health. And quite frankly, not even for a career in finance, to be honest, right? We think we do, but we're off somehow. And so the key here and the beauty about that, you've done life design and you know who you are, right? I am a loving, passionate, courageous leader. So then I get to use that to now move forward and create from this space. So I'm actually really excited to do this process here with you, because all the people that I talk to about this, in essence, I'll tell you what I tell them is that I want to shift them from I mostly work with entrepreneurs and business owners. I usually tell them that I want to shift them from being the CEO of their business and shifting them into being the CEO of their life, right? Like that's where I share with them. However, with you, I get to say this for the very first time, is that I get to, that you guys get to live from your stand, That's in essence what I'm telling these people, but they don't know that that's what I'm saying, right? That's not, because that's what's possible when you're actually focused on all areas of your life and you're nurturing every single aspect of it. Yes? Who's down to having that kind of life and creating from that place? Hello, yeah. Right? I can even see your faces. You're all glowing. You guys give me a second. I'm gonna let my cat out because she's over here just scratching. Give me 1 second. Jose, you could do something right now.
Station break. Everybody let their cats out. This is really cool. This triangle she's building with you. Raquel is a professional coach. Outside of supporting us here in this Velocity program and being one of the captains and trainers at Life Camp, Raquel is also a professional coach and has many CEOs coast to coast. And later on, as we build more relationship and connect with each other, I'll let her share more of her story with you. It's quite amazing. Raquel is really bringing a lot to the table for us. And thank you for sharing the triangle with us. I guess we'll just finish unpacking it and finish unpacking the triangle here. This is my third one. You guys didn't get to hear my nerd, but one of them is excellence and perfectionist. So I'm on my third draft. I keep doing it. It has to be perfect. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I got him. He was underneath. He was
Got
hiding.
him?
Yep,
All right.
yep. Thank you, Jose.
Of
And
course.
you know what? You're right. Regarding this triangle, I wasn't sure if I was going to share it with you. I wasn't sure, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going for it, right? And I'm sharing it with you because I think it's valuable. All right. So here's the next step. So you guys understand any questions about this at all? All right. All right. Pretty clear. All right. So then now what we're going to do with that understanding, with that foundation, we're going to do next is that we're going to actually have an assessment of all of your domains, okay, to see where do you land. And we're going to use the domains that you're going to have for your PDA. Okay. So the titles are not going to match exactly like the triangle, but they all fit in there, right? They all fit in there. And I'll tell you what they are. They're career, job, and business. That's one of them. The other one is
career, job, and business. Career, job, and business.
Mm-hmm. The second, then we have money, finance, we have health and wellness. Don't write them down. We're going to do them in just a second. I'm just so that you know, where we're going. We're going to have family relationships, spirituality and spiritual growth, community and enrollment, right? And all of those fit in this triangle. Make sense? All right. And so in a moment, what we're going to do is we're going to write these down one at a time. And I'll give you some instructions as to what we're going to be doing. You're going to create an assessment of that, and it's going to be whatever comes up for you in this moment. Okay, there's no right or wrong answer, and this is only you're assessing yourself. Nobody's going to look at this either. This is for you. Okay, because we're going to be checking in, and this is going to be an opportunity for you to start listening to that inner voice and start connecting inside and starting to be honest with yourself and facing up. And actually let me rephrase that. Not to start, to continue, because you've already been doing this, right? Already for a while. Yeah? All right, cool. So then underneath your triangle looks a little bit big, Jose, so you might have another piece of paper for this one. But underneath your triangle, was that somebody raising their hand, or was it just a thumbs up? It was a thumbs up, huh? Okay. Underneath your triangle, what you're going to do, you're going to write down the first domain, which is career, job / business. And obviously, it's for all the ones that apply. If all three apply, great. But that's for each one of you. And what you're going to do now is that you're going to take a moment. So don't be so quick to write something down. Just take a moment and I want you to assess how fulfilled you are in this domain on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being very fulfilled. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how fulfilled are you? And whatever, don't second guess whatever you have in your mind. Just go ahead and write it down, and then give me a thumbs up to let me know that you have it. All right, cool. And then, Anne, I know you're not writing it, but you could think about it. You could think about it.
She already thought about it. She gave herself a 7.
Oh, oh, you know that. Okay. So same thing for Daniel. I know that you're driving, so same thing for you. So then now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next domain, which go ahead and write it down. It's money/finance. And then just wait until I ask the question versus going straight into doing that, because there's something about responding to somebody versus you asking yourself the question. Okay, so you just let me walk you through this process. Yes? Okay. So for money and finance, on a scale of 1 to 10, how fulfilled are you? With 10 being the greatest. Okay, give me a thumbs up. You have it? Okay. All right, awesome. All right, the next domain is called health and /wellness. And in this domain, on a scale of 1 to 10, how fulfilled are you? Okay, everybody has that? Okay. All right, the next domain is family/relationships. In this one here, before, what I would like for you to do underneath that, and you guys get to decide how you want to break it up. For family and relationships, I would love for you to put, put them in a cluster as family, community, friends, children, spouse, mom alone and dad, or parents, right? Like create a little list of maybe like five groups or individuals, clusters that are important to you, right? Mm-hmm. Which are important to you.
Because family can be all-encompassing for some. Like I call everybody family. Everyone's my brother. Everyone's my sister. But in this instance, for this exercise, drill it down this time. Family's going to be like maybe your children, or maybe your siblings, or maybe mom or dad, like that. You want to drill it down, and then drill down, like these are about like subcategories. Friends, immediate friends. We all have that one friend circle that's really close to the family, like the ones that just walk into your parents' house. They know everybody. There's that ring.
There's the best friends, right?
The best friends, right? So you want to, that's what we're saying about create some categories for yourself in your relationships and in your family. This is an awesome exercise because you may identify you have some people that are maybe using this example of the rings. Maybe they're like second or third ring friends. And maybe you're like, these are people in these rings. I really want to connect more with them. So then maybe for you, you have some people that you want to get closer to.
So go ahead, and for each one, however many you have, go ahead and check on a scale of 1 to 10, how fulfilled are you with your relationship with this individual or group of people? This is where we need Neela's drift. Okay. So Maria and Bree are done. Does anybody need more time?
I'm complete.
Okay. All right, cool.
Is everyone else complete? We show thumbs up.
Okay,
Total?
just for okay, good. How many groups did you guys make? Did anybody make more than 5? Five. Did anybody do 5? Up to 5? Okay, cool. So I'm just going to make a note over here. And what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to go back to health and wellness because I noticed just so that I could distinguish those as well. So underneath health and wellness, or this is, I apologize for this. This is what I usually do. So in the triangle, we have the mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual, right? Go ahead and write those down in your list. Mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. And for each one of those as well, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the greatest, how fulfilled are you with your mental health, with your physical health, with your emotional health, and your spiritual health? There's no wrong answer here. It's whatever rings true for you. You have a question, Jose?
No, I just wanted to share something because I'm a nerd.
Okay.
When I did the exercise the first time and I gave myself a score, then after I scored myself on these 4, and then my nerd showed up, the one that likes numbers, and I added them and divided to get an average, it was still the answer of the first one.
We're not doing that, okay?
No, we're not. We're not. I'm just being a nerd.
Yes. All right, everybody, does anybody need more time? No? All right.
Looks like everyone's complete.
Okay, got it. All right, so the next domain that you guys have is actually, I'm just going to say it, don't write it, because it's spirituality and spiritual growth, which is what we just covered, right? That's where all of that is included. So all of this is going to be able to tie into your PDA once you work on it, okay? And then the next domain that we have is community. So we're going to go ahead and write that one down just in case it did not make your list in relationships, okay? Just in case it didn't, we're going to go ahead and put it in here. The domain of community, and on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to determine how fulfilled you are in your domain of community. Okay. All right. All right. So then the last domain that we have for your PDA is enrollment. The question is going to be different here for those of you who want to jump ahead. So the question is different. And this one it's not how fulfilled you are. Obviously, it doesn't apply here. For enrollment, it has to do with how you are about really creating workability with people, right? And because this is a tool that we're going to be using throughout Velocity, right? Enrollment. So how are you going to be enrolling your team? How are you going to be enrolling yourself? How are you going to be enrolling, Jose and me with what it is that you have as a vision? Right? How are you going to be enrolling people at work, at home? This is the vehicle that we use in Velocity to support you and creating from your stand, right? And so the question here is actually distinct, because the question here is, how credible are you on a scale of 1 to 10? So what does that mean? When you go out there and you make requests and you talk to people, based on your credibility and the rapport that you have with people, how easy is it for you to get a yes? For people to jump in and support you or say, yes, I want to, let's have this conversation. I want to, whatever that is. Does that make sense? It's like because the way that I say this a lot in my coaching is that we all are familiar with the FICO score. Yes? Right? It's our credit score. Like, how do we either have low numbers, medium, high, depending on how we're doing with payments. I created this thing called a credibility score, right? Where we all start, as far as I'm concerned, having credibility until we don't. Because we've broken our agreement. We did not give back the money, the dollar that we borrowed, right? We broke something and didn't replace it, right? So then our credibility starts chipping away, right? And so one of the things that I've noticed a lot when it comes to these enrollment conversations, and something for you to consider, because guess what? You're going to have them. You're going to have them on a very first weekend, right? When you're going to go out and meet these people on Saturday, is to understand that sometimes we can't just go straight ahead and invite people to come to do something when we don't have credibility or rapport with them, where perhaps we might need to be having a clearing conversation with them first, or say, or here's the dollar that I borrowed from you when we were 5 years old that I never gave back to you, right? And start cleaning stuff up. And that's something that's really important. So then that's what I mean when I ask you the question of enrollment. It's like, what, on a scale of 1 to 10, right? And how you, and this is your own assessment, and how you show up in the world, how credible do you think you are on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being very credible? And this is for you again. No one's going to see this. This is for you. This is an opportunity for you to be honest. To face up and be honest.
Have you ever noticed when you wanted to go somewhere with someone and you were trying to share with them, hey, I think this is a great idea for us to go have dinner here? Or you wanted to see a movie with someone. You're going to movies with someone one-on-one, and then I want to see a comedy and I want to see a horror. You're in between the two. Those conversations you're having with people to get, like, maybe I want the comedy. So then the conversation you're having with people, this is a very watered down version, but enrollment is happening in that moment. Here's why I want to see the comedy show. This is what the comedy show means to me. So what we're saying is, in instances like this, even in your careers, in your family lives, with your friends, your family, your parents, it really shows up everywhere. I mean, even if going to Rocket Baby, you go into Rocket Baby, you're going to the bakery, and you're positioning yourself to get what you want, but how good are you at doing that? You just show up, give me number 2 and make it quick? Or are you in a conversation with the baker? Rocket Baby's a bakery, by the way, for some of you that don't know that.
Thank you.
Are you in a conversation with the person about what's coming out fresh, warm out of the oven? Or are you about looking at what's out there and what's available? You understand? And just another example of how are you being with your conversations with people? How are you sharing your vision? How are you getting to your desired outcomes? Because this is what we're talking about, how to get you to your desired outcomes. Does that make sense?
Awesome. Yeah, and then in this one, what would a low score look like is like people are not returning your calls. or they're deleting you. They're deleting you from their contacts, right?
My
Like
favorite,
that.
right, Raquel? No. And thank you for sharing. No.
Yeah, so then this is it. That's the last one from the domain. So then now, in essence, this is like a temperature check on where you are in your life right now based on how you're viewing it. So go ahead and take a look. Take a look at your numbers. And allow your, because and the more honest that you are about it, the more you lean into it, then it's going to be easier for you to lean in and actually do the work to raise them up, right? Just when we look at our credit score and it's down to 200 or 250, like yikes. So we know we have work to do. There's work to do. We need to start paying our bills or talking to some kind of consolidating our bills or maybe even do a bankruptcy, to be able to buy ourselves some time and like all of those different elements. It's the same thing here in regards to relationship. Yeah. All right, cool. So how was that? Whew. All right, shake it off. Let's shake it off. All right. That's done.
Definitely eye-opening.
Yeah. So yes, thank you. Thank you for your willingness, to do this, but of course you are, because you guys completed life design. This is a piece of cake in comparison to what you've done. But this is where we're going. Always facing up and moving forward. Yeah. All right. So this is the hardest part of this exercise. The next step is that we're going to start again from the top. Okay. And what you're going to do here is, the first domain is career, job, and business, right? So let's just say you got a 5 in your level of fulfillment. Now the next question is going to be, depending on what that number is for you, is going to be, what do you need to see or feel in order for that domain to be a 10 right now? Not in the future, right now. What do you need to see or feel? And if anybody has a 10, the question is going to be for you is, what do you need to see or feel in order for that domain to be a 20? We're all working here, okay? And to add to that, what you need to see or feel, it has to be from you, not to see in other people's behavior or outside of you, or, it's over here. What do you need to see and feel over here in your world?
Can you give an example?
What can we use you as an example?
Sure.
What's your number?
6.
Okay, so you'll be on the hot seat. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So Rashad, you have 6 in what? Career, job, or business?
Yep. Career, job, or business.
No, which one?
Oh, business.
Business. Okay, so you have a 6 in business. So for you, what do you need to see or feel in order for you to give yourself a 10 in this domain?
For me, I wrote fearlessness, but I didn't know if it was more like of a one-word statement or like a kind of a vision.
Yeah, well, what do you need to see or feel, right?
Okay.
So you could have it could be and or, right?
Okay.
So what would be something else? If you're wanting to feel fearlessness, but
Yeah.
but hold on, instead of fearless, what's the opposite of fearless?
Courage.
Okay.
Courage.
So you want to feel courageous, right? Or
Okay.
and what do you need to see?
That's where I'm kind of stuck at.
Well, let me give you a clue because you just gave it to us. Ready? You said
Yes.
courage. So the courage to do what?
Close jobs. I mean, go out and connect. Go out and connect.
Okay, so then that would be something that you need to see yourself going out there and
Yeah.
connecting with clients, prospects, whoever that is for you,
Yeah.
right? What
Yes.
else?
Confidence, but that's kind of under courageous, I guess.
Okay. All right.
Consistency.
Okay. So those things, write them
Okay.
down. Those are things that
Okay.
that's what's going to support you in that
Okay.
range so that you could have it be a 10.
Okay.
We'll be able to draw it out some more, but then those are like we're wanting to start drawing
Some
with it.
foundations.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Raquel, I'd like to add something to that for Rashad,
Mm-hmm.
and for everyone actually. But since Rashad is contributing right now, we'll just speak into this a little bit. You're just scratching the surface on these. So these are just to open up what's available. We're cracking the egg, so to speak.
Okay.
And then we'll do it again, and then you'll get a rough draft, and you'll do it again, and then you'll send it to us, and then we'll look at it, and we'll make some suggestions, and you'll do it again. And
Okay.
there'll be tweaks along the way, okay? So now to
Yes.
support you in this space where she's saying, what do you need to feel, right? You said courageous.
Mm-hmm.
And then you went on to say it was about business,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then another way of asking a question to help get some momentum going for you to get the wheels turning.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of these things are going to be right here for all of you. That's why you have us. So go, oh, there it is, right? So
Mm-hmm.
then another way of doing that, Rashad, is in this business space, what are you pretending not to know about your business? What are you pretending not to know about your business?
Reading blueprints.
Okay, so now let's have some real talk.
Yeah.
Reading blueprints doesn't have a hill of beans to do with meeting people.
Right.
Okay, so now this is the route we're going. Do you get, ladies and gentlemen, do you get that?
Mm-hmm.
This is where the rubber meets the road. So be honest. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't this isn't to make yourself look right or wrong or any of those things. Really open up to what's available to you. So
Mm-hmm.
that if it's reading blueprints, then that's something you're pretending not to know. What else is something that maybe you're pretending?
I could add to that, and then
Yep, go
you
ahead.
guys might as well put. I'm so glad you said that because I don't get to say that to my clients, right? To my usual clients. So,
You don't have the context for that.
I know I can't go there with them. I have to hold
No.
back like so
No.
much. It's like-
No, it's hard to coach when you don't have the life design under your belt.
So what I would like to add to that for you to actually write it, this will support you, as you move forward in creating
Yep.
and moving with this is not just, well, it's what Jose says, but is what are you pretending not to see?
Mm-hmm.
What are you pretending not to hear? And what are you pretending not to feel? In addition to pretending not to know, which is what Jose already said.
Okay.
Okay. That'll support you and give you some insight because we're about trusting ourselves from this point forward, right? The moment we got our stand and living from our stand, this is what it takes. And this is a lot of work and a lot of heavy lifting in this because we've been conditioned to pretend.
Yep.
We've been conditioned like, I'll buy your bullshit, you buy mine. And then
Yeah.
we're all there happy bullshitters.
Yep.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy I could say this to you guys. Like, I feel free to just say it straight, right?
Yeah.
So in essence, so this would be this one. How much time do we have left, Jose?
45 minutes.
Okay, so
I just want to throw in there fast that I love that I have 90s music to lean on because I think we had the best music right after the 80s and the 90s. And the song that came up right away is There Ain't No Future in Your Frontin', period.
That's right. That's right.
I can't get it out. I don't have that. I don't have the ear for that, but I know Koo's got the playlist. I know Koo's got all the playlists.
All right. So thank you for that. So yes, write that. That's going to be a big one that you could use for the rest of these domains as we go down. And the next one is money finance, right? Look at the score that you have and that you gave yourself, and what do you need to see or feel in order for this domain to be a 10? What do you need to see or feel in order for this domain to be a 10? Or if you have a 10, what is it going to take what do you need to see or feel for it to be a 20? For some, it could be.
This domain isn't specifically unique to your earning capacity or your future earning. This can also speak to your current debt positions or your future debt positions. Okay, so when we're talking about money and finance, it's everything associated with money and finance.
Be taking a class, completing my taxes, doing my budgeting, hiring the bookkeeper, actually honoring my budget.
Yeah.
Starting a savings plan, or for some people, actually go have fun with the money that I bust my ass for.
Yeah, the stop and smell the roses people. You accumulated it, you got there. What are you doing with it? How are you rewarding yourself?
So what do you need to see or feel in order to give yourself a 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody need more time? No? Okay. All right. So the next one is health and wellness. Same thing here for each one. We have mental. We're going to go down the actual 4 items. The mental health. What's it going to take for you to be a 10? What do you need to feel and or see for your mental health to be a 10 right now? And this one, it could be about mindset. It could be about school. It could be about a discipline, a habit, a belief.
Reading. It could be reading.
Mm-hmm.
A new book. Finish a book.
It could be about behaviors. What do you need to see and or feel in order for this to be a 10 or a 20 for those who have a 10?
Know that in this portion of this, like I say, we're bringing light to these things. You'll have more time to drill down deeper. Right now, we're just talking about seeing and feeling. The next part of that journey upcoming will be action.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the purpose of this, more than that, the reason why I do this is because we want this information to inform our goals. We want the information for the goals that we identify to come from this information from within, right? Because that's where we're living from. We're not doing the standard, I'm going to get a Lamborghini and a 2-story house and a vacation house and I'm going to travel the world, which is the standard automatic when we just go with our thinking or to do what society tells us to do. We're actually going to go within to check in and assess where are we. And for me, what does a 10 look like for me? Not for Jose, not for William, not for Anne, not for Raul, for me. Right? This is what we're doing here. And we're going to draw from that inner knowing, that inner knowledge and understanding so that it could inform the goals that you're going to actually write in your PDA. Okay? And I think some of you have already moved on and done physical already. As we're talking, it's okay. If you did, it's okay. Because you're getting the gist of it. So physical. Well, how many of you already gone all the way through spiritual? To raise your hand. No? Okay. So I knew it. It's okay. So for physical, on a scale, no, I'm sorry. What do you need to see and or feel in order for you to assess yourself a 10 in your physical health or a 20 right now, right? What do you need to see and feel right now? All right. And then now with emotional health. Emotional health. What do you need to see and or feel in order for you to give yourself a 10 or a 20 for those who have a 10 right now? And in emotional health, it has to do with how do you process your feelings, right? How do you react versus respond, or respond versus react? How do you express your feelings? How do you language them? Are you even connected to them? Are you even connected to them? Because that's something that I see a lot, you know, we're supposed to just be strong and put on a smile. So, like I mentioned to you guys at Life Design, you know, I was emotionally constipated most of my life. Now I'm a professional crier. You know, but it took a lot of work for me to get here. Damn it, right? It's like it took so much work to get to that place because I'm about living from my stand. Yeah. And this is what's possible here for you. For some emotional, like, what do you need to see or feel? I want to be able to cry, you know, when I watch a movie or when I hear something sad or when somebody passes away. You know, that could be something. Okay. The next one is for spiritual health. What do you need to see and or feel in order for you to give yourself a 10 in this domain? And for those who have a 10, for you to have a 20. And in spiritual health, what is that? You know, it could be for you, maybe I would give myself a 10 if I meditate every single day, or pray, or read the Bible, or walk in nature, or pray, you know, pray when I do before I eat my food or after I eat my food. Go to church more often. There's no right answer here. It's what's true for you. Okay, that's the key here. This is your PDA, your life, your stand. Okay. All right. And so the next one is the family and relationships one. So this one gets fun. It could get tricky because I've seen many people respond in different ways, and I'll share with you about that. For whichever one you use, let's just say you have for your spouse. You know, what do you need to see or feel in order for you to give this relationship a 10? I hear a lot of people say, you know, they go straight to, well, he or she needs to, right? And I'm like, no, we're not looking at what we need to see or hear over there. It's over here. I want to hear myself say, I love you to my husband. That's what I would need to see or feel, right? I want to be able to spend quality time with my kids. And that means, you know, taking them, you know, to breakfast every weekend, or have a date night with my husband or my boyfriend, or even a date night with myself. I've had many of those, you know, just go out and have a good time and just enjoy the company of me, myself, and I.
You know, a caveat to this too, Raquel, for those of you that are starting to explore this, a lot of these things are going to be things that you're not already doing. Because if you're already doing them, then your outcome would already have been attained. Your score would have been higher. So then it can be something super simple too. for some of us, right? Because some of us live like we have busy lives, we got, careers, we're volunteering, we got all these things going on. Sometimes, for some of us, in adding more is not the answer. For some of us, it's doing less.
Yeah.
So for some of these with family or with relationships, the other question is also just as powerful. What can I not do? What can I stop doing? What should I give up? What can, there's the less is more approach. Sometimes we need to take things off of our plates to create time to do the other things that really matter. Will, if I may, I'm going to use you as an example for a moment because you were talking about homework with your daughter. This is completely made up, but maybe Will needs to have his business day end at a certain period of time. So now I'm not doing business. And then this block of time is now available to do homework with my daughter. You see, as an example. So sometimes it's stopping doing things that actually create other things as a possibility.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, because at that point, again, what we're writing here, what's important to you? What's important to you? Because then out of that, we are going to do everything to protect that, to create that. And that includes what? Boundaries, right? That includes saying yes, what I like to say, your sacred yes and your sacred no. And what I mean by sacred yes and sacred no is it's an integrous. I mean, being in integrity with myself. I'm being in integrity with my commitment and my word to the people that I say that I love and that I'm committed to. Right? So that's what Jose is talking about, right? Once we're clear, what does it look like? Then what are you going to need to do, right? This is where the goal comes in after. What do you need to do in order for that to occur? For you to dedicate and carve out that time to do homework with your daughter. Mm-hmm. Or another piece would also be, like having a meal, and actually, we might have meals with our families all the time, but we're on our iPhone, so I'm going to now create a no technology meal. Well, hopefully every day, but you guys get to decide that once a week or however that is. We're actually present. You guys know what present means now, and what it feels like, and what it looks like. Mm-hmm. So those are the simple things that I just think are priceless, absolutely priceless.
Yeah. So if your goal is to have family breakfast tomorrow morning, or maybe catch an early service, catch an early mass, then something you're not doing is staying awake till 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. So we're starting to identify all these things that are going to support us. And like Raquel says, we're going to stand on business. These are going to be the ones. I mean, if this is what you declare, then that's what it's going to be. And that starts to frame the wins in this business.
All right. So then, does anybody need more time for the family, for the different groups that you did? Everybody's good? All right. Awesome.
Thumbs up. Everybody's good? Thumbs up, everybody? Okay.
And then if anybody needed that community one, if that wasn't included in your family relationships, does anybody need that one? Or you guys already covered that in your relationships? Yeah? Okay. All right. And enrollment, right? What do you need to see and or feel in order for you to give yourself a 10 in this domain? Or for those of you who have a 10, to have it be a 20. What do you need to see and or feel about yourself? Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, what do you got to get off of? What do you need to let go? Where's your stop? Remember, right? Stop. Get off your automatic. This is one of those opportunities inside of enrollment, because as we keep sharing with you, this enrollment distinction supports everything all the way up to career and all the way back down to enrollment. It's everywhere and everything. So for yourselves.
In the seeing and feeling in this one of the things that you could also consider is how many people do you need to have clearing conversations with?
Mm.
That would be something so, so powerful. I think that before I went into life design, I had a clearing conversation just a week before.
Mm. I'd like to share something with you guys. It just comes up for me. So I just, I just listen to that and I just share it when I feel it coming up for me inside of this enrollment space. A clearing was a big deal for me. My ex-wife, we weren't officially married, but we have kids, my first one. Um, um, it was on my heart to connect with her. And in this space of enrollment, it was me having a clearing with her and letting her know, I accept everything I did and I accept all of my parts of my relationship. And it wasn't like I was looking for her to say, like I forgive you or anything like that. It wasn't about that. It was really for me to have a clearing with her, Christina, and let her know. So just so you know, like from now forward, you can count on me. And I'm okay with everything from the past and it's in the past. And, our boys are grown men with beards and, like that. And they're grown up guys and we're going to have these two beautiful boys in our life forever. And I just want us to be friends. And consequently, because of that, she said, "Are you okay? Or did you bump your head or something? What's the matter with you?" And then we're like best friends. And she's remarried. And then like when her husband, he's a firefighter and he does he's on that trauma team, so he's sometimes busy. Um, and when he's busy, and it's a holiday like Thanksgiving, this one he's not working. But in the past, absolutely, she can join all of us for Thanksgiving with the boys because she's part of the family. And that was part of that enrollment piece that I got to have that clearing with her. And we're good. We're really good. And when you're with someone and they really know you, like they really, really know you. And when you live with someone, they really, really know you and all your intricacies. And now we have such a beautiful relationship because now we can even have some fun and have some jokes, but we can also be support for each other because then I can call her and say, "Hey, I could really use an ear right now." And she gets me because she really, really gets me because we had that clearing and because we're enrolled into each other's lives on this instance, not each other's BS. But like, I need to hear what's going on in her life because I care. And I can tell her, you know what? I love you. I'll always love you. I'll always be here for you. And you can count on me. And that's one of the beauties of enrollment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have my own version of a story of that with my ex-husband. So to the point that he actually not too long ago, that was part of the clearing conversation that we were having. He broke his leg, and for the first time in his life, he's not been a provider. So he was actually needed. He was 100% dependent on my daughter and myself, to drive him around and things like that. And I've shown up in such a way in his life that I let go, expecting him to apologize to me because I was holding on to that. I'm being honest here with you. And then I let it go. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is, right? Just have what you have. And out of the blue, he actually, he apologized. He apologized for the many things and did his part of it, right? His part of he was able to open his eyes and see a lot. And that was really beautiful for me. I never thought that I'd live to hear those words coming out of his mouth. So then this is what's possible, right? With these clearing, these exercises and having these beautiful conversations with people. And this is what we're going to be supporting you with. This is the most important and vehicle that we're going to use for you to actually create results that are meaningful in your life. So with that being said, we do have a PDA document for you to fill out, but I don't want you to jump into trying to figure out how to fill out this form. The very first thing is that, we're going to need for you to complete the detail form. All of you who are going to be participating in Velocity, Once you do, then that's when we're going to release the PDA template for you to fill in. But from what we did today, the next piece is for you to now go back and carve out some time and actually now that you know what's important to you, what a 10 looks like for you right now, then what are the goals that you're going to create? Like it's going to be a who, what, how many, how often, right? The SMART goals. Everybody knows about SMART goals here?
Yep.
Yeah. So is in essence, that's what it's going to be, where you're going to figure out like how many times a week, how many minutes, right? How much money, by like, what are the dates? There's going to be some things that are going to be daily. Some things are going to be a project based. So there's going to be milestones that you're going to need in order for you to do that. And we have the template for you to fill that in. But again, before we give you that, I want you guys to spend extra time now with this information to flesh out what are those goals going to look like for you, right? And have them be a stretch, okay? Don't cheat yourself by going easy. Don't cheat yourself.
Mm-hmm. Another way of looking at it is we say how many by when. How many by when? Mm-hmm. So you can't manage what you don't measure. Hear that one. You can't manage what you don't measure. So if your goal is to read a book, and then just work backwards from the end, always start with the end in mind. Always start with the end in mind and what's it going to take to accomplish it. So if it's reading a book and you have 6 weeks, well, let's do some simple math. Here's where my mechanical brain pops in and goes, okay, 6 weeks, divide by, 600 pages. That's 100 pages a week. Okay. 7 days a week. All right. Divide again by 7. You can break it into real small attainable things. And reading a book is just an example. In the past, people have written books. They've actually written books. So if you're a book writer and you want some accountability and you want to play a bigger game, and you actually want to get that book published and out into the world, you've come to the right place. You've come to the right place because this is the place to support that. So how many by when? If my goal is, if there's a fitness goal and it is to walk every day. Okay. So then how many minutes, what time, start to drill it down. What's it going to take every day, or weekly to accomplish these goals and challenge yourselves to stretch. Like Raquel says, go for it. Be just ridiculous. Be ridiculous. Sincerely. Really, really go for it.
Well, to be clear, we're not doing 7 days a week. It's going to be the maximum is going to be 5 days a week. And the reason why is because we're playing the game of it's 100% or nobody goes. If somebody misses 1 day, that's it, game over. Right? So we're going to give ourselves we're going to give 2 days to catch up if necessary. So we're not taking anything that's more than 5 days. And also on the other end, with the example with the book, you said finish a book. The other way of doing that could also be where you may not finish a book because it's 1,000 pages and you're going to commit to reading 10 pages of that book 5 days a week, right? Because that might, that's another way of doing it because it might be something that might take you a whole year to finish reading this book, but you want to commit to reading it. So the little things like that. And again, this is going to be your draft, right? So put it together, do the best that you can with the information that we're giving you with the understanding of what SMART goals are and that we're going to come back and we're going to flesh it out. Okay. Any questions?
Yep. Okay. Any questions? No questions? Okay. Well, then if there aren't any more questions, if they're outside of questions regarding the PDA, does anybody have any other question that they would like to ask quickly? Otherwise, we can wrap up our orientation.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I count on everybody to complete the detailed form by tomorrow night or tonight? You tell me. Tomorrow night? So
That I'm
tomorrow,
sorry to interrupt you. Okay,
yeah,
that form is going to be like 5 minutes or less. It's name, address, cell phone number, contact person.
okay.
Um, I like
So it's just,
chicken. I don't like chicken. Done.
okay, okay.
Yeah, and there's the same medical stuff in there. That's just clicking boxes. So,
So
um,
can we do that by tonight, by 11 p.m. your time? Because the sooner we have them all, then that's the sooner that we could actually give you the template. So then
yes.
Yeah.
we also need that from everybody who's not here. So if you could reach out to the people who are not here, or even the ones that are driving, that because they're not able to write, to support them with that, and making sure that everybody is turning it in. Because if you don't see yourself in a WhatsApp, that means that your team's not complete yet. Yeah.
hmm And you'll know because the WhatsApp will go live altogether. So then, along those lines, okay, thank you for that. Does everybody have WhatsApp on their phone?
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, cool. WhatsApp it's a great tool, very popular internationally, but it's a great tool for Android and Apple.
All right, so
Okay.
detailed form today by 11 p.m.
hmm
Central Standard Time, with the understanding that not everybody is here, but for all of you who are here. We were going to take a picture too, right? But hold on, William, go ahead.
How do we schedule our one-on-one with you, Raquel?
Well, what I'm going to do is, that's a great question. Thank you for asking. What I
It
was
actually
thinking,
wasn't a one-on-one. It was going to be a group.
Oh, it is okay.
It'll
I
be a
thought it
yeah.
was
group.
So
okay.
this is what I'm thinking, and I want to get your input here, because since the PDA, the first draft is due on Friday by 9 p.m. Is that right, Jose?
That's correct.
Okay, so I was thinking of carving out maybe like 2 hours on Friday, which is the day after Thanksgiving, so that I could just be here on Zoom, and those of you who need support can just jump in at that time. Thinking of okay, I was saying 3 to 5 for me, so that would be like 5 to 7. Am I doing this correct, Jose?
Yep, it's a 2 hours. We're 2 hour difference.
Mm-hmm.
So, our 5 p.m. would be your 3 p.m.
So it would be 5 to 7 p.m. your time, so that
Okay.
after we talk there, to give you some time to, I don't know, polish up a little bit more before you submit your PDA. Is that something that, you're open to, that you would support you with completing your PDAs?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, perfect. So can you write that down?
Got it.
5 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Friday.
The
I'm gonna
28th.
5 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Friday the 28th, and then I will send. How are they gonna get the Zoom, Jose?
Well, presumably by then they will have completed the form, so they'll be in the WhatsApp. So
Oh,
we'll drop
that's
the
right.
link in the
Thank you.
WhatsApp.
See, another incentive to be complete with your detail.
Hmm.
Yep. And then the invitation team is to be in excellence the whole while out, and have everybody play and have everybody win. So if you're waiting on one, who is it? Who are you waiting on? Give them some support. Hey, are you going to make it on time? And are you going to be there? Everybody gets to win. So then the sooner we get the WhatsApp built is the faster you'll get the PDA form also.
And real quick, I got a message that Samantha is deciding not to go to Velocity. And if that's the case, I would, whoever the buddy is, or one of you can, the one who sent me the message, can let them know to reach out to the center, to make that official, versus texting one of you guys, so that we know that, that they're, if they're off, right? And we're just going to honor that. This is, you guys get to choose to be on. So if, just to be complete. And so if you get anything like that from anybody that you speak to, just have them, ask if they could reach out to the center, reach out to Jose, and to just, say goodbye, right? Say I'm done, and whatever they need to say.
Most times things come up and they think that they can't navigate them. and sometimes they just need to chat a little bit, a little coaching, see what's coming up. Then maybe there's a way to support her in doing the velocity. But maybe she was having a moment and life circumstances seemed unworkable. So we'll reach out to her now that I know that, and we'll just see if there's any way we can support her. And then you guys will know if anything's changed because she'll be in this group with you. All right.
All right, you guys. Well, have an amazing Thanksgiving. I look forward to seeing you on WhatsApp, and that WhatsApp is only going to be for us. Don't add anybody in there. And then I will see you again on the 28th for those of you who want to get some extra support. And yeah, and then that's it. Anything else, Jose?
I love Gladys's glasses. I think those are amazing. Those are pretty cool.
You're a glass person, huh,
Well,
Jose?
you know what? I need maybe that would be a stretch for me to get some of those. I could walk around with some of those, but
Yeah, do it.
I get it's a thing.
Go for it anyway.
Go for it anyways. That's right.
Right.
So, alrighty. Well, I guess then that'll be it for today. Appreciate you guys. Excited for you, and we'll see you soon.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, see you, family.